All right, y'all, let's break down the dark speak on Neil deGrasse Tyson Asteroid 2029. This is on the Ronja channel. It looks like it was downloaded about a month ago. It came across my YouTube feed yesterday. I listened to it, so let's break it down, okay? I understand this may sound batshit crazy to some people, but if you've been following along, this will make a lot more sense.
Ray, by the way, I'm on YouTube describing this, and who here has not seen that YouTube video?
By the way, so he has a purchase, and he has a not for it, okay? Who has not seen the CN?
Really?
The real Lee, that's the Israel Lee, and that General Lee is tied to the Civil War, and General Lee has those two riders. The two riders would be Biden the false prophet, and then the harlot that rides the beast after him.
Okay. So this, I'll give you a version. This will be a live YouTube version of it, okay?
All right, a live YouTube version, and we're tracking that live event, that live golf game and such since Elon went down to the border, okay? And after that, we saw the Trump's trial start, and then the war and speaker blown and all those types of things. And then today, on 11/6, we have Trump's trial, where he is testifying, okay? So Trump's trial in October, that weekend brought the war. So Trump testifying today should be bringing something similar, okay? So in November marks the 18th month, the 18th hole of the, what's this camel toe, dude? That's the Kamala toe, all right? There's all kinds of things going on here. Also notice that when he said live, all right? Let's back this up just a smidge.
I'll give you a version. This will be a live
22 mark. Okay, you're in the 22-year mark of 9/11. All right? So
YouTube version of it, okay?
Okay. And then OK gets the 24 and 25 mark. All right, that's for Oklahoma and such, and the KO on the backside, and that's the knockout. So all these things are connecting different components, all right?
So, December 2004.
That's 12-2-4, all right? That's the 2-2-4, and that's the 2-2 with the 1 in front of it, and that's the 21-22 for the 9/11 years, and that's connecting us from 22 9/11 to 24 9/11, which is in 2025. All right, and all these things line up to the 24, 25, 26, 27 that America opened and closes.
I may have to end on this question because I'm going to flesh it out in ways that
flush it out for that old crapture.
No way another
and flush it out for the war.
Can follow it. Okay.
The fall, low it. All right, you're in that fall right now. That low lit. That low lit is that Bud Light that's going on. That low lit is tied to the Israel war, and it's been put on simmer.
So, December 2000.
And that simmer is summer. Okay.
4. We discover. Again, it's my community.
Discover could be tied to the disc over, all right, for the aliens and such that come and gather people before shit goes haywire or however, all right? We'll see how all that stuff works, but we'll keep going. This lady, isn't she lovely? Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? The old redhead for Jacob and Esau birth. And you got old Moses down here with the old flash, the lightning next to her with the camera. There's all kinds of things going on. And you're on the 45 mark there.
Not out there. I'm occasionally out there, but most of the time when I say we, it's not me. It's just we, the astrophysicists.
The OK shun, all right? That's the K for the 11, for the L even. And that's also call for Ivanka.
November 2004.
And Kamala.
We discover an asteroid. We have a couple of data points on its position.
A couple of data points, all right? Or data. The data. The day two. The day two is for 2025 and beyond and such. The cup Pel is tied to the Pel Rider, which is in Palestine, and the water of life and such.
In the sky. You look at its speed, you get a Doppler shift on it.
Its speed is the meth, which is the math, okay?
At its direction, you plug it into the computer. There was some 20% chance it was going to hit Earth on April 13th, 2036.
The 2036 is the twin 666. And then, what else did he say? I forget.
The computer. There was some...
The computer, the putter, the Putin, okay?
20%.
And the come is tied to the second coming that's going on now, because Adon means the Lord, and this is the second coming of the Lord, and he started his trial, which is him going to the cross, and the hammer started banging against that wood, tying his hands and such. So those types of things, and you had the war break off, but nobody realized it because the speaker broke and the alarm sounded and nobody acted. But you're in those times that it's coming, folks. It's coming.
It was going to hit Earth on April 13th, 2036.
April 13th, all right? That's going to connect us to a 420 code day.
Did you hear about
and
this
asteroid? That's also a high holiday. That's a hidden high holiday, and the hidden high holiday was the war starting on the Jews' high holiday.
No, because that same week was the Indonesian tsunami. That same week. And so rightly so, it did not lead the headlines the way the tsunami did. However, if you did the...
However, the Eve hour, the us versus our on God and such, the ours, the people of the time, they're going to go away, and then the us is going to continue into the new America and such that is the old America. Anyway, so this is connecting a couple things and showing us a couple things, all right? And today, Trump's trial, he's making his second appearance in a matter of speaking, because the Trump trial started and then the war started. We haven't heard from Trump since, okay? So this is a reverse on that play, because it's talking about the asteroid coming and then it being overshadowed by the Indonesian tsunami. And that's the T-Sun Nam Me. That's that self-draft where the people are going to have to go and fend for their nation and such, because it's being invaded in the Bible Belt and the heartlands and those things, okay? But shoot, I forgot where I was. Let me re-listen for a second.
And so rightly so, it did not lead the headlines the way the tsunami.
Oh, so the Israel war came on, and it's distracting us from Trump's trial, and we haven't heard anything from Trump's trial. And then we had the speaker and all these things, all this other distractions. And then today, the first Monday again of November, we're going to have some stuff unfold. Okay, so I would expect to be some money things, but we'll see how they shake it up. We got Hamas and terrorists and stuff going in the Texas border and the border or whatever, and all that's being played out and laid out. So, folks, y'all need to get ready, okay? Y'all been warned for a couple years now by moi.
However, if you did the calculation, you would show that if...
The calculation. If you do the calculation, all right, that's the beast men. The cows are the the movers and shakers and the people with their head down and all those things. All right.
Earth in the center of the uncertainty range, it would hit the Pacific Ocean 500 kilometers west of San.
All right, we got to back this up for a second because he's talking about if he's getting into if Trump as that center focal point, if the church realizes if he came in and did everything as the Antichrist does, the church would realize some stuff and they would shun the system for 3 years or longer or whatever, and they would have to kind of start over in a matter of speaking. But he's going to get into this, okay?
Monica. It would plunge.
So he mentions Santa Monica, okay? The Santa is the day Santa, all right? And the Monica is tied to Nikki Haley and those types of things.
If you did the calculation, you would show that.
And the Monica is also tied to Trump coming in on the Mondays and whatever else.
Hit Earth in the center of the uncertainty range, it would hit the Pacific Ocean 500 kilometers west of Santa Monica.
So notice he says 500 two times, all right? So that's the 25 for 2025. But at the way he says them breaks down different ways to tell the people listening that run stuff how to do different plays, okay?
Plunge into the ocean.
And then notice he's walking around a ring, all right? And this is the ring of fire, in a matter of speaking, because all these people have the phones with them, and that's the Wi-Fi, and that's the fire, all right? And that's part of the lake of fire.
To a depth of 3 miles. It would explode at depth, cavitating the ocean in a hole 3 miles wide. Now you have explode at that depth, cavitating the ocean in a hole 3 miles wide. Now you have a wall of water 3 miles high. What happens to that wall of water?
That's to 2-3 being mentioned there, and that ties to the 23 years on 9/11, which is 2024, okay? So if they do these things all in one fell swoop, okay? He's going to mention the 5 stories in a minute, which ties to the 5 years from 2018 to 2025. But basically, if you do things for 2024 and 2025, like I've told y'all is coming, because there's a 3-year before and a 3-year after, then it's going to cause some people to wake up and flee to the mountains and go do some stuff, okay? So he's giving a way to, this is where he has the by the way on the front side for the really. He is giving directions on how to do things on a longer scale, okay?
It just spills back into the hole that was just made, splashes into itself, and rises high again.
So that's where the church and whatever would realize that they're in end times before it's time, and they're going to realize they're in end times slowly, but it's not in 2024 and 2025. If they do everything for that before the election cycle, they have to spread some out after the election cycle. So this is where he's going to get into the woman coming into power after the election cycle, and then you'd have the divide of the nation after that time frame, okay? To where it's spread out more, okay? And I've told you about the false prophet getting his full 42 months, 7/20/24, okay? So that's the long count on Biden staying in office or being taken out, and the money and all those things, okay? Otherwise, it can trickle out, and then we see we can have the election be stolen by a popularity vote with like Oprah coming in, or the Meghan Markle and the Harry, however they work things out or whatever, okay? We're going to stop it here because of time and do part 2 or whatever.